So for more on this, let's go to speak to Ukrainian MP Kira Rudik. Thank you very much for joining us. And just give us a sense of what these funds could do for the people of Ukraine.
Hello, Roseanne. Thank you so much for having me. Well, we indeed need those funds. And as of right now, the total losses and the need for rebuild for our country already reached 500 billion. And so we need every penny and every dime to cover for the expenses. And these expenses, they grow every single day because Russia does not stop its attack. On January 2nd, there was an attack and a missile hit near where I live. And so my windows were ripped out of the frames and thrown in the middle of the room. And it was one of the most terrifying experiences. And you know, Roseanne, I can pay for my windows, but so many of my neighbors cannot. And some people lost their homes and their loved ones at that attack. And we are just talking about one incident. So we need to gather all the funds, and especially Russian frozen funds throughout the world, both Russian state funds and oligarch money. And in total, the calculations are that, that the states have frozen about 500 billion. Right now, it's like approximately exact amount that we calculated that we would need for the rebuild.
I mean, thank you for painting the picture there, reminding our viewers why this type of money is so desperately needed. In terms of where the money has come from, it's oligarch money, basically at some point siphoned out of business deals with the Kremlin and from Putin. How do you feel about that? Does that give it an added meaning?
Absolutely, it's only just. Roseanne, we have seen throughout those 2 years how people from all over the world, including United Kingdom, are supporting us with donations, with financial aid, humanitarian aid, and that is great. But for how long people of the free countries are supposed to be paying for what Putin destroyed? It's absolutely unfair, and it is also unfair to all the good people out there. So we need to go forward and make sure that Putin is paying for what he broke, and that 500 billion of frozen Russian assets are being seized and used for the sake of Ukraine, because it is the right thing to do. It is just, and this is how we would show the precedent to all other dictatorships in the world, that if you start a full-scale invasion, your money will be gone.
Now, in terms of the politics of funding, sending funds to Ukraine, you're well aware of this. I know that, you know, when we have elections in the UK coming up this year, there's elections in the US, when we've had various elections around Europe, there is always a big debate about how much funding goes to Ukraine. Talk to us about what it feels like to see that support kind of wavering sometimes, or to see people debating against sending funding to Ukraine.
It is incredibly painful because, you know, here we feel that we are protecting the whole democratic world. We are protecting Europe, and we know that Putin would not stop unless he is stopped. And this is what we are doing here. And it is also incredibly hard to explain to our soldiers who are bravely fighting at the front what's going on and what the delay is about, because we have heard the promises to stay with Ukraine for as long as it takes. And right now there is this significant delay. We are short of ammunition, and we are feeling this shortage every single day. And our soldiers are struggling, and they're just waiting for this help to arrive. And it is very hard to say that you don't know when it's going to arrive, and if it's going to arrive like anytime soon. And they are looking at you for some hope, and you don't know if you can give them that hope. This is why we really hope that the politicians in the democratic countries will do the right thing, because this question is bigger than Ukraine. It's a question of the security of Europe, of the security of the democratic world. And no matter how elections go, Russia would not disappear. They would not, again, change their mind and just go back. We will have to fight them, and we will have to do that together. So we are calling for all good people to keep their focus on what is going on in Ukraine and get us the help that we desperately need.
Ukrainian MP Kira Rudik, thank you very much for making time.